Night keeps his keys on my iron car. The mattress breathes like a tired man. I count the seams in the ceiling, count the bars until dawn knocks at the floor. There was a woman with a ribbon and a laugh like a smuggled spring. I stole both in a fever. There was a moon like a coin. I dropped down a well and I can't find the bottom. My hands remember horses and debts, the ledger of mistakes written in calloused ink. I traded my name for a lighter, a purse, 2 nights of whiskey, and a wrong turn down Mason's block. Now the sky is ledger paper, and the stars are witnesses who won't testify. The iron coughs when the heat awakes, and the radio plays a hymn for broken machines. I whisper to the wall like I once whispered back, like it once kept a warm shoulder to me. There was a river I'd been promised, a ferryman with tired palms I paid with a gold ring I swore I didn't own. They put me in a column of other men, each one a slow bloom, an apology. We trade stories like cigarettes. The smoke tells the truth better than our tongues. Sometimes I dream of the train that passed my town as a whistle, a silver blade. Sometimes I dream of getting off at a different stop, where the fields aren't mean and the dogs don't know my name. Till then I press my face to the mattress and memorize the shape of night. If mercy has a temper, let it be low and warm, like my voice on a night with no company. If mercy has a doorway, let it open for one more crooked soul who still remembers how to love. Let the moment come slow and teach the iron how to soften. Let someone out there say my name without the hard edge of a verdict. I'll keep counting the seams, and if I learn to listen, I swear I'll hear the train that brings me home. I keep a Bible in my left hand and a pistol in my right. Prayers and smoke colliding in the neon of the night. The preacher said repentation, but the preacher's cracked and dry. The choir keeps on singing while the lonely people die. Mama told me mercy, but the desert told me too. A crow keeps picking promises the wind forgot to keep. I sleep beneath a wagon wheel that creaks with every sin. The moonlight paints my promises in colors wearing thin. There's a gospel made of iron humming low beneath my skin. I'll sing a black salvation when the outlaw bells begin. I traded gleaming Sundays for the racket of the road. Found hymns inside a hollow where the starlights rarely show. There's a hollow in my laughter that the whiskey never filled. There's a hunger in my holler and a law I never killed. So light a candle backward where the sinners gather near. Hear the pedal steel confession through a crackled old frontier. Hold me to the thunder, bind me to the night. I'll preach with broken chorus until morning finds the light. I learned to pray with whiskey on my breath. The barns lit up by sinners and regret. Boot heels knocking down the midnight law. There's a ledger in my pocket full of what I saw. My hands remember how the night tasted cold. I traded gold for grit, my truth for an old cold soul. The preacher said to cross, but I broke the line. God's in the rafters while I count the stains of time. Keep tally of the men who never came back. Rose dig graves for the ones who passed. Don't you pity me, ain't no saint to men. Just another outlaw with a promise to end. When the moon cuts silver over the county side, I'll be the shadow leaning on the bottle and the bride. Say your prayers quietly, the devil listens too. This dirt knows the secrets that once belonged to you. The sun burned black over the cotton fields, like a secret kept too long by crooked kings. I learned to stand when the rest of the town knelt to hold my ground with nothing but coal in my ribs. Power ain't a badge, it's a ledger you settle in blood. A quiet tally on the porch where old men spit and dream. I hold a lighter to every lie they feed the headlines, and let the truth smoke in the gutter like a dead halo. There's a law in my chest that don't bend for banners. I got an iron in my jaw and a gospel made of grit. I move like a shadow with a pistol for a conscience. I take what the night offers and pay it back in devotion. Watch me walk the border between mercy and a knife. Listen to the gravel sing beneath my boots like prayer. Power is a slow river. You learn to build your raft, or you drown in the shallow praise of men who never bled. I'll keep the lantern lit for the ones who know the cause. We don't bow for crowns, we carve our names in bone. When the blackened sun falls and the coyotes howl, I'll be the voice that says we survived, and we still hold the key. We still hold the key. Under a bone moon collar, I drag my shadow through the ride. The howling fits the fence post and the coyotes echo high. My hands are lined with ledger marks of debts I never paid. I sleep beneath a tattered flag and watch the sunrise fade. The town keeps locked its secrets like a chest of stolen names. Every light that ever flickered still remembers my remains. I laugh at quiet kindness like a dog that fears a leash. I learned my lesson sideways on a life that never ceased. Stars are bullets and the plains are made of glass. Every step I take is measured by the footprints of my past. There's a taste of iron mornings and the air smells like regret. There's a church bell somewhere ringing for the dead I haven't met. My whiskey writes a calendar I read with broken hands, marking days of retribution on these hard and desert lands. If you see a long lone silhouette with spurs that scrape the wind. No broken man is riding where salvation will not mend. The bone moon holds my secrets like a lover holds a sin. I ride until the dawn breaks open everything within. We gather around the bonfire like penitents of sin. My prayer is a cigarette burned down to his skin. The gospel's heavy, made of iron and of coal. The choir sings in whiskey, and the devil keeps the toll. There's a hymn for the restless and a song for the damned. I lift my cup for what I didn't plan. You can see the fear in the preacher's knuckles tight. Watch him swallow thunder when the midnight bites. I ain't asking for salvation, just a place to stand. A steady horse, a loaded hand. I spit on the cross, but I bow to the moon. There's a promise in the house that hum this tune. When the drums go quiet and the ashes fall thin, you can count the saints that I took within. We learn to be saints on the wrong side of town. Pledged our loyalty with brass knuckles and bad tattoos. There were shootouts that tasted like metal, jail cells that hum with regret. Eddie took a bullet for a lie he swore wasn't his. He died with a grin that said he cheated the devil once more. Some of us walked away with nothing but road grime and a new name. We patched our lives with backroom poker and honest work in the sun. Lucy hung a curtain and learned how to bake salvation out of flour. She said surviving wasn't art, we'd been too drunk to study before. There's a wall with faces under glass and a corner by the bar with initials. We toast them, we curse them, we call them by their old nicknames. Sometimes the past sits in the passenger seat and won't shut up. I drive with one hand on the wheel and one hand on the past. The ones who made it home taught us how to kneel, to bleed, to forgive. We leave flowers at some places, Leave beer at others and keep on keeping on. Because the night teaches you that living is a crooked kind of grace. And every sinner who survives owes the road a little thanks and a long look back. We learn prayer from the clink of keys, confession from the front steps of the child line. Men here have names and debts, the debts sing louder than any ledger. I sing the litany of those who've learned to swallow shame like a pill. The bunk is our chapel, the iron gate our steeple, the night our homily. Old Henry hums gospel through cracked teeth. His hands tell stories of a life that forgot him. Young Tommy writes letters to a mother who can't come, folding hope into creases that won't hold. We trade cigarettes for favors, secrets for a corner of blanket. Friendship here comes bartered. When the lights go low, we string voices together like lanterns against the dark. I sing about the man who dug tunnels with his thumb and patience, dreaming of an open field. I sing about the woman who waited on a porch with a third-hand radio and a prayer on her tongue. I sing about the sheriff with a soft heart and a hard jaw who cries when the weather turns mean. There's a hymn for every sin and a dirge for every young man who thought he was untouchable. If redemption is a tidy thing, it hasn't found us. Yet the line between sinner and saint thins in daylight. We wash our sins in coffee and replay our crimes in the small kindnesses we can afford. One of us will step through the gate someday with a pocket of light and a map to something like a light. Until then we practice saying please and thank you, as if manners could be the same as mercy.
Bring the porch light low when I come home. Teach the dog to remember my voice. If I am allowed one new thing, let it be the patience to untangle the rope I knotted tight.
I keep singing our hymn low, rough and honest, because the voice is all the freedom they can't take. Chain link clinks against a midnight sky. We pass the time with stories how the young men die. The concrete remembers every bitter name. The barbed wire hums the same old refrain. I broke a glass on purpose just to see it shine. The boy boys get younger while the bottles whine. There's a tattoo of regret that lives behind my ear. It hums like thunder when the guards draw near. Smoke drips down the corridor like a lazy knife. We trade our futures for the corn of strife. Don't you cry for me, I did what I had to do. Cut what's left of mercy into two. When the gates swing open, I might not stand. I might walk the road with blood on both hands. There was a night I danced with a whiskey bottle and a loaded grin. There was a woman with a coal-colored dress and a temper like a train on a loose track. I loved her in the way men love storms, furious fast and never meant to last. She left a matchstick memory and a bullet of a promise lodged in my ear. The county sent a deputized sermon. The law has a taste for rounding men up. They put me on a bus with a Bible I didn't open and a watch that kept the wrong time. Cells clack like metronomes, keeping rhythm with a pulse of regret. At night I count the ways a man can be smaller than his mistakes. My voice is a gravel road you can hear coming. Each syllable kicks up dust. I sing to the dark like it's a woman who answers back, sometimes kind, sometimes cruel. Memory's a hitchhiker, and she rides in the hollow of my ribs. Thumb out for forgiveness. I stole a kiss and a jug and the street light's last promise. I paid for all three in full. If there is grace, it sits quiet like a vagrant cat in a doorway waiting for scraps. If there is mercy, it's the sound of a lock opening slow. Not because the law forgot me, but because the world did not. I will walk out one day with my hands open and empty, so they won't be judged heavier. Until then I practice bending like a reeding wind, learning to sing where I once shouted. Give me a roll, give me a sunset that isn't handcuffed to the past. Give me a porch and a woman who knows my old sins, but loves the man who tends to them. I'll be there with a slow voice and a soft apology, and maybe, if the world is kind, the country will let me in again. I learned to count my power in cigarette burns and empty flasks. In the bottom of a midnight whiskey that never asked for mercy. The town knows my name when the neon goes black. They know when I knock, the night unhooks its teeth. My hands are maps of salvage and fight, knuckles wide from hauling a life that never came easy. I press the weight against my chest, call it honest. I trade soft words for steady work, and the moon pays me in shadow. There's a crown in every scar, a ledger in every bruise. I keep my promises lined like bullets in a belt. You don't take the road I walk without learning how to bend the world. I bend it slow and steady like a blade wearing down rock. When they whisper about power, I let the silence answer. It's in how I walk through the rain, boots swallowing mud and memory. It's in the way I steady a trembling hand on the wheel. Power is earned in the shriek of brakes and the itch of a restless dawn. So bring your storms and your bright-eyed saints. I've built a kingdom from gravel and grit. If power is a fire, I'll guard it with bone and smoke. If power is a song, I sing it low enough to break the light. Motel sign humming on the highway's breath. Room for rent and a postcard of death. Neon flickers like an old man's tongue. The bed's already slipped in by a loaded gun. I check my name against the wallpaper scene. Everything's been pawned except the steam of a night that swallows small town men whole. Tells them stories about an easier road. I leave the light on for the ones who come late. They knock twice like they're carrying fate. There's moths in the lamps and echoes in the sink. You can hear the floorboards talking while you drink. If you need a place to lay the lawless down, cinder fronts waiting with a crooked crown. I sing a lullaby of iron for the nights I cannot sleep. It rocks the bones of highwaymen and saints, the promises they keep. There's a hammer in the pillow where a lover used to lie. There's a crowbar for the mornings when the heart forgets to cry. The cradle is a whiskey tin that rocks beneath the moon. A broken hymn, a memory, and a faded outlaw tune. I hum about the rooftops where the sirens used to play. I hum for every highwayman who lost a gentle way. The lullaby is crooked, soft as gravel on the tongue. It soothes the hands that tremble and the songs that go unsung. I close my eyes and listen to the echo of the past. The lullaby keeps whispering where all the debts are cast. For those who sleep with fingers curled around a pocket knife, for those who pray for pardon but were never made for life. Hear the cradle creak like thunder and the distant church bell cry. This crowbar's keeping vigil for the nights that pass us by.
I keep a pocket full of rivets and a heart of barbed wire. My love gets dressed in whiskey, my love gets dressed in fire. You can feel the gravel in my throat when the morning calls my name. You can see the cracks in daylight where the law forgot my pain. I was born behind a payphone where the words came out like ash, raised by crooked ledger lines and a hunger for the cash. I cut my teeth on iron and the tales that never lie left a trail of dusty footprints where the good men come to die. This road keeps hating softly and the night keeps loving loud. I sing to crooked angels standing crooked in a crowd. I'm the kind of man who knows the price when thunder eats the shore. I'm the man who walks away when mercy knocks no more. So light me up like gasoline and watch the skyline burn. I'll ride the ember highway till the seasons finally turn. No hymn for consolation, no medal for the brave, just a boot print on the shoulder of the man I couldn't save.
The creek remembers everything you spill into it. Names, promises, the last words of a man who thought himself clever. I learned the creek's language young, give it trouble and it gives you quiet. That night it took a secret and buried it under tobacco leaves and moonlight. He came to my door like a hymn gone sour, talking the debts and what I'd owe. He wanted a reckoning written on paper, but I dealt in different ink. I put my hand where he could see it and he read the lines. He nodded like a man accepting a sentence, then tried to laugh like the fool most men are when they don't understand the scale of what's being set down. I let the rope hum lessons into the night, and the porch watched the sky take one more sinner. I didn't gloat, gloating ain't part of the curriculum. I simply closed the book. The neighbors will say somebody left town. They throw prayers into the air and hope they land. Power isn't thunder, it's the quiet that follows when you move the furniture or fade around. I sleep easier now. My bed doesn't creak like it used to. The baby breathes softer. The plants grow where the light can touch them. If you must know, I lit a lantern and walked until the dawn stuttered alive. Sometimes mercy looks like a dark hand sealing the door. Sometimes salvation is the silence you make for the ones you keep. They said there was mercy left in this valley, like rain is left after a long drought. I found it under a Ferris wheel of iron and dust, where the deputy keeps his ledger and the lamppost keeps its light for those who come to barter truth. He thought he could buy me with promises and a nickel of shame. He thought the alley would swallow his footprints. I watched him count his cards and fold the deck with trembling hands. When the fiddle stopped whining at midnight, I put my thumb on the balance and tipped it. No fireworks, no songs, just a silence like old cotton, and the steady clink of the spade as it met earned mercy. When it comes from a man's palm, as heavy as iron, you pray for rain, you sometimes dig the well yourself. I poured his lies into the dirt and put a stone so the wind wouldn't speak of it. People whisper about cold gospels and men's quick hands. They talk about what a sheriff ought to do. But this county's got its own rules written in whiskey and chain smoke. I'm no saint, I bought my salvation with a fist and a low prayer. If any shadow comes asking what was done, tell them the road swallowed its own tail, and all that was left were footprints leading out. Mercy isn't soft here, it's iron, and it holds you down till morning. I washed my hands in creek water and left with my boots carrying the taste of it. ledger on my table had names like scars, some fresh, some faded. He wasn't the first to write himself into debt, but he was the first to think he could write me into his story. I cleared his entry with a steady hand. There was a night owl wind and the neon on the bar flickered like a judge changing his mind. He sat with his back to the door, big talk and small morals. He reached for a pocket brimming with excuses. My fist reached farther. It wasn't pretty in stories, but it was tidy in real life. A silence so complete the jukebox forgot its songs. I pressed the heel of my hand into his chest and let the house learn how to breathe without him. The road out of town looks the same as ever, but the dust carries a different story now. Some folks sing about right and wrong in 4-part harmony. I sing in single notes, simple and precise. Power I learned is about the timing of your hands and the economy of your threats. You don't waste thunder on a doorstep. You close the door and the thunder becomes rumor. I lit a cigarette and watched the smoke climb like a confession. The ledger sits closed, the family sleeps in rooms that don't remember shouting. Outside the cicadas pick back up their chorus like nothing happened. Inside, the house knows the debt has been paid. Last light trembles on the sill. We dance with ghosts that teach us how to kill. The waltz is slow, but the stakes are set. A silver coin for the dead, unpaid yet.
My breath's a matchstick struck against the dark. I watch the moon and swear I feel its mark. Hands like anvils, fingers like a vow. I trace the future in the lines on my brow.
If ever there's a morning where the chorus dies, I'll stand where the dirt remembers our lives. Bring your whiskey and bring your shame. We'll sign our names to the last refrain. The fiddle moans like a priest out of time, and the lantern bows out on this ragged rhyme. There was a last light at Dry Creek the year we swore we'd change. Dust on the porch steps, moon like a full coin in the sky. We buried James with a flannel shirt and a promise we couldn't keep. Mama sang low through cracked lips, like a hymn she'd half believe. Tom held the shovel until his arms forgot how to be strong. Said life was a ledger, and James added the page that wouldn't balance. We drank to forget, and the whiskey remembered him better than we did. A mismatched pair of boots at the church steps, a hat that never came home. Sometimes I ride past that bend and pretend I don't see the stone. Other nights I sit on the tailgate, count the stars and say his name. The survivors keep a ledger too, debts of missed pardon and mercy. We wear them behind our eyes where the sun don't reach. Daughters grow and wives learn to fold the shirts he left behind. We tell our kids about his grin, about his bad jokes, not the way the engine failed. Because memory is a kinder thing, cooked slow over an open flame. If you listen close, you'll hear his laugh and river rush and old dogs howl. And we who came home, we keep our hands on the wheel a little tighter. We swear to guard the ones left, like a hymn for the next morning.
I keep a map of outlaw, prayers folded in my back pocket, lines marked with names of men who learn how to hold power. Not the kind that shines in a court or a preacher's speech, but the kind you find when your back is to a cold wall and the world asks for a price. I took vows in broken rooms, signed them in whiskey and grit. Power answered when I stopped asking permission to survive. I learned how to take the light and bend it into armor, how to turn a soft apology into a ledger that keeps the wolves at bay.
There's a hush before I speak that keeps the room honest. My voice is a low wire, they walk careful around. I don't need a coin to prove my worth, I wear my history like iron. Each step a declaration I have paid, and I will not fall easy. If you wanna test me, bring your worst and your brightest lies. I'll meet you in the mud and show you how to make the world yield. Power is small mercies and brutal reckonings held in a fist. We don't ask for mercy here, we make it by breathing through the hurt. When the last roadside light flickers out and the mourners go home, I'll sit by the engine and hum the songs that keep me whole. Not romantic, just honest, the kind of strength that refuses to die.
I was married to a rope and a bottle, baptized in bourbon and gravel. The judge wore a suit of paper gilt and handed me a sentence like a coat that didn't fit. My girl lived with the sun, complained on her heels. Porch light burned her name into the night. I keep a ledger in the hollow of my chest where her laugh used to live. The walls were the names of the stubborn. Scratches tell where hope tried to pick at the lock. They say time heals here, it just polishes the bars with the same tired hands. I hum old hymns with the vowels chewed out, and the echo answers like a jury of ghosts. Dreams come slow as molasses. I swallow each one and taste the grit of regret. There's a hole in the ceiling where a pigeon made a blind attempt at heaven. Sometimes I talk to that bird like it's a priest, asking for absolution. In cooed whispers my voice comes out, gravel and glass, a husk of the man who was quick with kisses and quicker with fists. I traded my boots for a bunk and my keys for a count of days. If the world forgives a man, let it be after he coughs up his memories and pays them in full. If there's a road from here to redemption, it starts cold and runs through the fields of what I smashed. I keep a picture folded in the seam of my jeans, a hand I once held and let go. And when the gate opens, I wanna step out like a penitent and not like a man still hunting shadows. Till then I practice saying her name soft, like a prayer or a rumor.
I practice being small, like the moon behind a cloud, hoping the dawn won't notice me. One day I'll walk off this compound, a second chances, and find a porch that remembers the sound of my boots. My boots.
Mason Street had a neon, flirted with the rain, and cops had learned our names. I learned to keep my head low, my mouth closed, and my pockets empty of pride. That night the tavern light bled amber, and a fight made the bottles sing like shrapnel. I left with a bruise for a conscience and a grin for the road. The sheriff left me a day with a cell. They took me in the back of a truck that smelled like sweat and old mercy. The county line was a chorus of gravel and chain. My breath came out in small apologies, and my bunk I replayed the parking lot like it was scripture, memorizing the way shadow fell. Every echo was a bell that tolled for a life I had been so ready to throw away. I think of the dog I had once who didn't judge me when I came home late. I think of a porch with a light that never stopped, waiting for the footstep that never came. This place teaches patience, a hard way you count months and cigarette butt seasons. In the direction of the sun we carve names into soap for the vanity remembering. And sometimes a soap remembers better. I will walk out like a man who has learned to say sorry without tasting the word. I'll go back to Mason Street and buy a drink that doesn't cost a wristwatch and a promise. I'll find a job that smells like honest sweat and plant my hands in honest dirt. If love will have me, I'll offer what little I have left. A steady hand and a slower tongue. Till then the night is my roommate and the moon my clock. I keep timing my second chances. If the world is quiet enough, I can hear a train that always runs for the ones who learn to wait. I will wait with a softened jaw and a voice that returns like a river, warm, deep and true.
Midnight was a black horse, and I was a man with a bit between my teeth. She said his promises rattled like a loose screen door. I said some doors you don't fix, you close. The whiskey on the counter couldn't speak for me, so I let my hands do the talking. He'd mock me with a grin at the crossroads, talking big with a bottle and a gun that never stayed holstered. I watched him swagger through other folks' yards like he owned twilight. The county sleeps, but not everything sleeps in the county. Some things keep a watch like vultures on a wire. I found him where the old mill throws up sparks at night, his head bowed over money that smelled like coal and cheap tobacco. We didn't argue, I had a look he couldn't steer around one step, a clean swing of a pocket knife into the river of decisions, and the night closed its fist. No blood on my boots, only mud and the taste of grief. I left him in a place where the water takes what it wants. The town will hum a lullaby about a man gone missing, and they'll ask for his name if they need to. But I keep mine low and the sky keeps it lower. From a weight I carried too long. Rattles in the rim, I weigh him a bone. Tail-light preachers preaching to the chrome. We harvest broken promises like dry cornfields. Tie our wishes to the hitch and the wheel. My name's been scraped on truck stops and on jailhouse doors, and I owe a ledger thick as a summer storm. I sleep with one eye on the horizon spit, where the blacktop whispers of the ones who quit. I drag a chain of memories behind my heels. It clinks like guilt and it never yields. If the law comes knocking, tell them I'm long gone. If they ask about mercy, tell them it was pawned. Tonight the tide sang, tomorrow might be red, but I keep rolling forward with the living and the dead.
There's rust beneath the welcome mat and mercy in a drain. I carry pockets full of memories I can't afford to name. The road keeps cutting soft like glass across my fingertips, and every town I told to love me took their blessing on a whim. I met a preacher's daughter who could bottle up a sea. She poured it in a whiskey and she let the ocean free. We danced on broken silver and we slept on jagged wood. We swore 1,000 promises we didn't know we should. There's kindness in the ember and there's sorrow in the rain. There's a portrait in the mirror that remembers every stain. I try to hold a softness, but it slips between my skin. I trade it for a margin where the night begins again. So if you hear a chord that bends and hums like worn-out trust, know it's me returning home again to taste and bite the dust. I chase the hope that fades like rust upon the door. I pray for mercy's shadow on this life I can't ignore. Scarline Road runs like a seam across my skin. Maps of loves I lost and the fights I couldn't win. I drive with one hand on the wheel and the other on the past, counting the pieces of a life I couldn't cast. Tide tracks whisper of the nights I ran away. Headlights baptize me at the break of day. There's a 10-star memory tucked in my boot, a reminder of the night I learned to compute how to walk away from a woman with a gun, how to drink at dawn until the shaking's done. I got a pocket full of names I won't confess, and a roadside prayer for the ones who left. This vinyl hums a hymn of a heart gone hard. Scarline Road keeps playing it in the yard. Tommy played six strings like he was leaning on a bar rail. Kelly's fingers a half-sad grin, songs that smelled like oil and rain. The crowd would hush when he'd bend a note until it cracked. We We used to pass a bottle between verses, earn our breath before the chorus. Then one night the lights went out and the sirens took the rest. He kept playing from the backseat as we hit the gravel. Said the road would teach you sorrow if you asked it long enough. Cass ran with him till the city took him, cold and soft. Now her voice lives in the vinyl of a record that never sold. We found Tommy on a motel floor with his guitar across his chest, a road map pressed to his palm like a talisman he never read. I still feel the echo of that last chord when the moon is low. And sometimes I take his guitar down from the wall and pretend my hands are his. The songs we wrote together still smell like cigarette smoke. They keep the ghosts at bay when the night gets hungry. We keep those songs in our mouths like prayers to a saint that forgot us. I sing them badly and the world forgives me because it remembers him too.
I came home with my boots full of the river, and the sun low enough to live in the shadow of the porch light. He had been talking loud about what he'd take, my name, my land, my child's cradle, like a preacher counting sins before the whiskey. I let him keep his tongue, I let him count through night until the cicadas gave him. Then I set the ledger straight. Nobody saw me leave that evening except the moon and that old hound who knows the language of footsteps. I wrapped my patience round a rope and my prayers round a 38, but the gun didn't sing. My hands did what hands do when men stop listening. There was a thud like an old heart folding, and a creak like the porch remembering who belonged. I buried his excuses by the sycamore, where the ground takes promises and buries them soft. Town will say he left for good or that he ran. They never asked small questions if the man was trouble. My woman sleeps the same, and the baby hums easy. The dog worries at my shadow but doesn't worry at the world. Some nights the church bell tolls for strangers, and sometimes for those who look like strangers. After the sun, I walk that ridge at dawn. Ankle deep in ash and the smell of smoke, where wrongs were burned before they could get back up. I don't boast, I don't brag, I tell a story to the moon, and the moon keeps it honest. A man has to settle accounts. The ledgers are heavy and hands grow tired, but the porch light stays on for those who keep it simple. If you ask me, was it right? I'll spit into my palm and count the cost. A cold palm and a clean house. The road goes on and I walk it measured, with gravel in my teeth and the taste of iron on my tongue.
We drove until the neon signs looked like constellations. Each truck stop had a story pinned to its wall. Names written on napkins, faces sketched on bathroom tiles. There was Benny on the interstate, a tire and a Sunday sermon gone wrong. He taught me how to shave with a beer in my hand. Said a man should leave clean or leave loud, whichever's kinder. Rita kept the radio on all night for him, said it was the safest sound. Some friends ran toward the horizon with their fists up, some folded into the dirt. Small ass cigarette ash, I keep calling out the road names, whispering them like a rosary. Route 9, County 5, the back lane to Miller's Farm. They're not directions, they're a map of who we were. We patched up the truck and the holes in our teeth. We tell their stories so our kids will learn the colors of the night when the moon hangs like a coin over the diner. I say their names because forgetting is the cruelest kind of burial. We light our cigarettes, remember the way they laughed, how they loved with reckless hands and broke even harder. And those of us left keep driving a little slower with the radio low.